Welcome. I love ya, everyone, this afternoon. Thank you for joining me on the Power of You today. We are speaking today on God does not lead you without a sign. God does not lead you without a sign. There's always little crumbs that God leads us with. Welcome everyone to the Power of You. Hey, let me move over here so I can show my Yemonja in the house. This is her month. And for those of you who were present at Sunday's worship service, it was beautiful. I cried the whole day. It was awesome. For those of you who have not had the pleasure of coming to worship service with us, go right online and sign up for the ORE IIASK, Friends of the Institute, and you come to worship service once a month. It was amazing the way we were able to honor women, our mothers, our elders, our family, married people. It was amazing. So today I'm still in a place, Yemonja is still on her throne, that we fed her in that. So no, enjoy. Pull the energy of Yemonja from me, through yourself, by sitting at a body of water. So welcome, Evelyn, Teddy Banks. Blanks, TB. Okay. Mahogany, I'm always in the house. Healing energy, always in the house. Welcome. So, I want to talk a little about you are not here by chance, by accident today. Today is a special day. The 17th of each month is a kind of a special day because it's right in the middle and almost at the end. But today, you're not here by chance or by accident. You are here because God, Spirit, Source, Orisha, ancestors have a big blessing for you. Very big blessing for you. So you may feel kind of like you know something is coming or is there. Trust me, it's there. So you've been called by a prayer you made and have forgotten, or a blessing with your name on it that God has for you. I was speaking to someone yesterday and reminded myself that I spoke this before and I taught this before and I believe it, but I have to be reminded that the blessings come to us that we look at and we says we didn't expect it. It's because they're prayers and things that we did for other people and their ancestors and their desires are giving us that blessing. Yes, when people have prayed for you and people have defiled you or people have not shown up for you or people that have shown up for you, trust me, when they pray and their spirits hear them, and you're involved in the name of the prayer, be it in the word of the prayer, in the intention, in the person said, you asked me to pray, or you suggested me to pray at this shrine or this altar. Though the prayer is finished, it still goes on. And those rewards of the people who you have helped, every one of you have helped someone, encourage someone, lift them up, put yourself in situations where you felt, why am I doing this? Those prayers are being answered. So today you are not here by accident. You are not on this platform looking at me and seeing the work that we are doing together. The power of you reminds me that you are the power that emanates from God and shoots back to me and give me the energy to move back again. So it's just a cleansing and a cleaning and a rehashing and a recalibrating. So you've been called by either by prayer, something you forgot, or blessings with your name that God has especially made for you, so that you can see God's generosity, the generosity of your ancestors, the generosity of this cycle is Yemonja. Whatever it is that you had been praying for or experiencing to this day, today is your reward. So open up, receive it. Sometimes we're in a place where we feel like the sun is only shining to remind me of another day that I got to toil. Or sometimes we're seeing that it's only raining so that it can mess up my plans. No, there's a reward in it. So knowing that, don't blame the sun. Don't blame the moon. Don't blame any situation. And so Maya Angelou, that's my godmother in my head, right? She had something to say today. She said, repetition in prayer is not a sign of doubt. It's a sign of faith that will not back down. Let me say that again. Repetition in prayer is not doubt. It's a sign of faith that will not back down. So many of us, myself included, we pray for something and we're just like, okay, I've done it. I've done the ritual. I've done the service. Now let me watch the magic. But sometimes you got to go back again, because the first time you were doing it because that was what was required, or you were in a place of anxiousness, or you were in a place of hoping that it would work out, or you're in a place of secretly wishing. So that's the first prayer. But sometimes you got to go back and show the energy that it is not doubt that you have when you go back and ask for the same thing the second time. The second time is you acknowledging that you're surrendering. So you may have come in anxiousness. Now you're like, look, I don't know what it is, but I can't do anything else about it. So I'm here again to realign myself with that fact. Baby. Maya Angelou says, repetition in prayer is not a sign of doubt. It's a sign of faith that will not back down. So don't back down. There is an energy out here today. This number 8 personal day is a day of receiving the things that you want, receiving the things that you require, receiving the things that that little secret mind says, I know this is coming. I don't know when, I don't know how, but you have that connection in your spirit. And sometimes when we wake up sad or depressed. And allow the feelings to lead us through the day. Do not allow the feelings of disconnect from your greatness to lead you that day. Go back and ask for the prayer. Go back and reconnect. Go back, because sometimes we do rituals and it says to do the rituals for 7 days. And you don't just say, well, it was done for 7 days and I walk away. But each day you go and say, is there something else? Is the day going to be good? Because every day as I speak and I ask my Orisha, my ancestors rather, Bobo Dada, is everything in alignment with what it is that I'm planning to do? This is what I plan to do today. I plan to do this. I plan to do that. Is everything in alignment? That's how I speak with my ancestors. And if they say everything is in alignment, then we're fine. And if I give an offering on the days that we do the ancestors, that's alignment. The next day I go, is everything in alignment? And it says no. Is there something else I need to do with this ritual? Is it time for me to move the ritual? Is it time for me to clean myself in front of the ritual? There are always addition, because each day life is an up and down, up and down, up and down. So each day has its own vibration. Today has a special vibration to go ahead and pray about that thing that you prayed on before, pray about it again. Pray about it again, not because you are losing faith, but because you know you won't give up, to expect the best. And in life, that's our life is a series of up and down. Today is up, tomorrow is down. Today is up, tomorrow is down. So up means that you have the hope required to meet all situations, and sometimes you're going down that you have lost hope, and you need to be reminded. And then the next day you go up, and whatever is required. Oh, let me see. Is today a good day? My spirit is telling me to get 2 eggs, clean myself off, get some herbs, go into my garden, get some basil, clean myself off, realign. And when you say clean, you're empowering yourself. You're removing anything that perhaps you happened when you were down in your valley that put you down there or kept you down there 2-3 days. So you're cleaning yourself off. Always have some bottle of something that you're making. You know, all of my books have some kind of remedy for whatever that you mix up. Keep it in your refrigerator or make it up every day. Get some flowers, the essence. Tell the flower what it is that you want it to do, because you have a connection to the divine. And the word, when you speak it, it becomes that. And you clean yourself. So when you wake up and you feel sad, don't let that sadness lead you. And if you're feeling happy and gay and happy and great, ask for more. Tomorrow, I just give thanks today for the joy, the happiness, the contentment, the wonderfulness that's happening today. Let me have that again tomorrow. And then tomorrow you wake up and you realize in that moment when you felt that happiness, draw that into you and drag it with you. God does not lead you without a sign. On this day, whatever happened yesterday, a day before yesterday, you know you had an idea that this day was coming. Today is a very, very special day. Today is a day that your name was written and the email was sent by the computer known as Spirit. You want to call it God or Olodumare, Edumare, Orisha, Oshun, Ogun, whomever you need to call it for it to move there. There's a letter written directly to you, for you, by Spirit. Trust me, on this day is that kind of energy, is that kind of vibration. So take some time today to ground yourself, be silent, and just open yourself to the spirit of receiving the power that exists, the power that you have in praying for the same thing today for the second time. Because God does not lead without a sign. Follow the signs around you that have been happening. Follow what you said 2 days ago, and then when it manifests, sometimes you forget it and you share it with someone else, and someone will remind you, but you said this is what you wanted. Whoa, that's it. Follow the little signs. God always leaves us little flakes on the ground, so we know. There's an old dude that says that you cannot walk on the sand without leaving a trace. So wherever we go, we are leaving influences of what it is that we ask God for. And God is following it and dropping more crumbs for us. Follow those things, the intuition. If someone just happened to call you, or you just happen to buck up on this for the first time, that you've never been on this platform, if you have never heard of me on YouTube, this is not by coincidence. It's by divine design. So that you can find peace. Because there's been so many different tragedies that's been happening in terms of water for the past 3 months. And these things are an opportunity for us to go in and reflect on exactly what it is. Why is this happening? Ask yourself, and yourself will answer you. God wants you to know why we're having these things all at one time, almost perfectly the same way. Why is it happening in one state? Why is it happening in another? Look, ask Spirit, and it will bring to you. Either you see something or someone tells you, or your own intuition say, whoa, This is that kind of day to sit with self and go within, because you are finding peace. And peace is when you can stand in the middle of a storm and how and have understanding. It's okay to have 2020 in reflection, but when you are able to stand in the middle of the storm and understand exactly what is going on, that is what peace is. And we are coming into Obatala cycle. And this 8th month that's coming up is Obatala. That's the month that in our institute, that's when we honor Obatala. That is the day that we have a quiet surrendering, a quiet prayer, knowing that connecting to your spirit, connecting to your boldness, connecting to who you know yourself to be, is how you're going to make it during the Obatala cycle. The Obatala cycle says, look at the things that are at your core. Look at the things that make you who you are. Look at the way that you internalize and activate your boundaries to keep you in a place of serenity, so when others depend on you, you have that serenity to bring and to give, and they can drink from your fountain. Obatala's cycle is peace beyond understanding, but there's always in the midst of that peace is the opportunity for you to know peace by knowing that all that is happening is not going to disturb it, because you know at the core who you are. This is the time to connect to your divinity, to your divine self. This is the time for you to connect to the thing that you know at your core. That's who you are. Go in during your Batala cycle. Have serious sacred times of self-care. Self-care in nature is maximum for the Obatala cycle. Self-care, going on a walk by yourself, calling a friend that you have not seen and you all can laugh to your head just roll back. That is Obatala. Walking, sitting at a river, standing on a mountain, walking on the side of a road, overlooking a cliff. Do some self-care in nature. Sit under the stars and thank each star that is aligned in the universe that sees you when you're sleeping. Thank it and ask it to come to you in your dreams to bring you that place of remembering who you are in your core. Because who you are in your core, that is your Orisha. That is your Ori. That is the thing that you made assignment and agreement with to come back and be that person that's a giver, a person that illuminates, a person that sets intentions for the greatness of our community and our family and ourselves. Remember who you are at your core and go into that and honor that during this time. Some days you don't want to answer the phone. Some days you don't want to play with your cell phone. You don't want to look at anything. You don't want to even look at social media. That is self-care, because what you're doing is liberating your mind from the distractions and the challenges and the things that you tell yourself that are not true about yourself. This is our time to go in and not be distracted by words or deeds that have happened in the past that you have judged or you thought or you assumed. And you, this is a time to know at the core who you are, and not listen to people that are say, oh, so your husband is white, or your brother is your sister, your wife, or your partner. This is a time to go within and see what makes sense to you and nurture that. If you're living in a community that you're feeling and you're seeing it changing and you're feeling a negative energy, go into your core and ask yourself, why is it troubling to you? That's the Obatala cycle. Take an entire month to really picture where you are. If your children are out of control, this is a time at your core. Why did you choose them? And take this time to write down each one of them. If it's only one, if it's two, if it's 10, why is it that they chose you? What would you be something that they wanted to push into this new world to meet? Because at your core, you are able to take care of their needs. That's why they chose you. So reconnect this month. God does not lead without leaving a sign. Follow the signs that are letting us see that this is a great time. This is a great day. This is a great place to commit to yourself, to your spirit. To know that peace is when you stand in the middle of turmoil and get the understanding in the moment. So you are not here today by chance or by accident. You've been called by a prayer you made and have forgotten, or a blessing with your name that God had especially made for you as a witness to its greatness. That's why you're here. So today I just want you to know that the power exists in you. The power of your ancestors, the power of God, the power of manifestation. You have the power this day to pray for a second time for the same thing and know that it will be granted. It's a special kind of day. Do not be guided by your feelings, because this is Yemonja's time. Wallow in the feelings, feel it, name it, say what it is, and know at your core, is that how you should be and could be reacting to be the highest expression of yourself? And if you're not, it's okay. Pray that whenever that happens, you're able to go with greater ease to say, shake it off. Stop it in that emotional thing. Stop it. If all you pray for is whenever you're in the midst of chaos, that you remember that at the core, who you are. And that's why Obatala owns and governs and created all heads. In our story of the creation of the universe, creation of mankind, creation of human being, Olodumare said, Obatala, I want you to go and I want you to do this as an expression of me. And Obatala came and created all of each and every way that we think, that at our core, Obatala gave us that spark. And Olodumare blew the breath of life into us. And that spark at your core, that's who you are. That is your divinity. That is your religion. That is the way that you look at life. That's the way that you answer to life. And the only way to answer is with gratitude. Gratitude to the divine. Gratitude knowing that God has left you the signs. And today is a day for you to reconnect with that sacred message that's written only for you. Can you imagine that? That the spirit of the universe, the spirit of God, the spirit of our ancestors, the spirit of anything that is, bigger than you, thought that you were important enough, that you had a special gift just for you. Everybody didn't get it the same way. You have a special way that Spirit is giving it to you today. So, Epa Obatala, embrace it. You're not here by chance today, because that's not what I was going to speak on today. So, the divine, the core of who you are, connected to the core of who I am, and which is we are emanations of the divine. We are emanations, we are lights, we are examples of love, examples of greatness, examples of forgiveness, and our ability to shed tears of joy when God manifests itself in the simplest act that make us feel good. Today is a special day. It's not just a day on the calendar, it is a day of understanding, reconnecting, enveloping, in appreciation of who you are in your core. God sees your face, God sees your heart, God sees your lungs, God sees all. Ashe. So y'all, I want you to just take 1 minute to just take a nice cleansing breath, breathing in and then letting it out. Take another cleansing breath and cleansing, breathing it out again. One cleansing breath again, breathing in and breathing out. And usually I would do a chant or something. I want whatever sound, whatever song, whatever prayer comes within you from your core. I want us to do that for ourselves, by ourselves, through ourselves, right now. And just breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Whatever song or message come to you. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That was a silent prayer for yourself from your core. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Remember to join me on LinkedIn to purchase a copy of my newest manuscript, the Living Shrine workbook, and work through the pages on your own. But I'm also available, and we'll start a class next month on the book. Have a blessed day. triple double.